What you was thinking when Tank did that when he took the knee? What you was thinking when he took the knee?
I can't speak on
Can't speak on that?
Can't speak on that.
He did some bull though?
I can't speak on that.
You no personal opinion, nothing?
Yeah, especially.
I'm just like, all right, now I'm confused. I don't know what's going on.
Did you think he was stopping the fight? He had a towel in his hand.
To me, I didn't think he was stopping the fight because I was so focused on the ref counting.
Referee Steve Willis just revealed shocking details about what actually took place inside the ring after receiving unexpected instructions from Don Davis' corner. When Von Davis took a knee in the 9th round, Steve Willis began the standard count, but what happened next caught many boxing fans by surprise. As Tank Davis ran over to his coach, the coach loudly shouted at Steve Willis, demanding he stop the count, and to everyone's surprise, Willis followed the order.
That's what really was going on. I was confused when he looked at the ref, but when he took the knee, I was like, and I grasped the concept that he was on the ground.
The Von Davis team reportedly submitted a statement to the New York State Athletic Commission, though the exact wording wasn't made public. Sources claim Davis' team tried to influence the referee, instructing him to stop the count. There are also reports that the judges may have been involved. The controversy overshadowed Saturday's PBC event in Brooklyn, where a missed knockdown call by referee Steve Willis cost Lemont Roach Jr. his WBA lightweight title, denying him a massive upset over Von Davis.
Simple. So I was like, all right, the ref started counting. While I'm looking at him, I'm like, the ref started counting. But I see him get up and go to the corner.
As the New York State Athletic Commission continues reviewing referee Steve Willis' handling of Lemont Roach's knockdown of Von Davis on Saturday night, the panel at Pro Box TV weighed in on the controversy Wednesday. If they get it right, Lemont Roach wins that fight, said veteran boxing writer Dan Rafael, who runs the Fight Freaks Unite Substack. According to Rafael, Willis' critical mistake cost Roach a world title and the chance to hand Von Davis his first career loss. Everything that went wrong that night hurt Lemont Roach, Rafael added.
I want this to be a knockdown because it should be.
And you asked him, right? Why you stopped counting?
Yeah, I asked him, literally, I said, why you stop counting?
Now, to Lamont's point, you will see it and you will hear it.
Regulators say New York's commission head, Matthew D'Alelio, faces a tough decision after referee Steve Willis stopped his count when Von Davis took a knee. Davis claimed he had something in his eye, but some believe a point should be deducted, giving Lemont Roach the WBA title. Others argue that would be unfair to Davis, who might have fought differently knowing a knockdown was scored.
In round number 9, Gervonta Davis takes a knee, landed a right hand, then 2 jabs afterward. What were you thinking when this happened? Were you surprised as everybody else? What was on your mind?
Man, I was surprised, man. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was a 10-8.
The panel, including retired referee Jack Rice, trainer Stephen Bribe Edwards, Dan Rafael, and Pro Box TV regulars Chris Jerry and Paulie Malignaggi, all agreed that Roach's knockdown should have counted. Pro Box TV founder Gary Jonas, who advises Roach, has officially appealed to the New York Commission, asking for Roach to be declared the winner due to Willis' missed calls, from the knockdown itself to Davis turning his back and forward treating him mid-round. Trainer Edwards summed it up, mistakes happen, but they always seem to favor one side. He also noted Willis' strong career, calling this moment an unfortunate shock.
He was starting to fight, but then again, when I look at him in the corner, I'm like, what is going on? I don't know. I don't know now. I just don't know what's going on, besides the fact that...
Referee Jack Rice explained that officials have discretion during a fight, but fighters cannot call their own timeout. Paulie Malignaggi responded, while Dan Rafael noted there was a chance to review the knockdown, but it never happened. That led Malignaggi to call for an immediate rematch at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. On his podcast with host Teddy Atlas, Malignaggi shared his honest thoughts about the controversial refereeing in round 9.
I'm sorry. I'm terrible. I am, but I'm ashamed of myself. I am so cynical. But this sport has made me cynical. I'm sorry. I don't see anyone's gonna...
He suggested the referee was experienced enough to know better, raising the question of whether he was influenced, since the same leniency wouldn't have been shown to Roach. We need better refs. More educated, better trained, whatever you want to call it. I'm not saying it's about honesty because I don't know if that's the issue here, but we need refs who can make the right call and have the courage to stick with it. I don't believe that ref would have let Roach get away with what he let Tank Davis get away with. Why? Because Tank's a star.
It's going to reprimand this referee. What are they going to do? I mean, it happens too often. It's happened too often. I don't know. We need a national commission. That's the only thing I could think of.
Payan. He continued, I think he set a record for the biggest crowd ever at Barclays Center. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was a new attendance record. Maybe even a gate record. They hosted concerts, fights, basketball games, and this still did big numbers. Tank's a star. He brings fans, sells pay-per-views, and always draws attention. I don't know the exact numbers for this one, but he's one of those fighters who consistently delivers.
One right now, but the last thing I want to say to put a bow on this one, Bud. We talked about the controversial part, but I want to finish with the great part. That was high-level boxing.
When a referee allows a fighter to take a knee, something not allowed under boxing rules, and doesn't call it a knockdown, that's a serious problem. That should have been a 10-8 round. And let's not forget, he got hit with a jab right before that. This isn't about attacking Tank Davis. People already say I defend him too much, and I do think he's a great fighter. He's complete, a puncher inside and out, patient, defensively sharp, with fast hands. He works the body, counters, sets traps, all of it. But in this case, he was wrong, and the sport let him get away with it. The issue isn't the fighters, it's the people running the sport. The administrators, the officials, they're the problem. We see it way too often, and it has to stop.
The great part. That was high-level boxing. That was two guys at the highest level showing their skills and everything that goes with it. And the contrary to what a lot of people think.
Teddy Atlas added that a referee can't just ignore something that's not in the rulebook. Tank got hit with a jab, and a second later, he took a knee. That's a knockdown, plain and simple. If your knee touches the canvas after a punch, it's a knockdown. This isn't football. There's no fair catch rule here. Atlas continued, like you said last night, if this was football, maybe that's a touchback, but boxing has rules for a reason. Even Terrence Crawford, one of the best pound-for-pound fighters, said he had no idea that was allowed. He joked that maybe he was asleep when they passed that rule. Atlas closed with, this isn't the Indy 500. You can't just pull into the corner to get your face wiped like a pit stop. Tank went down, and Roach could have gone after him. After all, the rule is clear. Defend yourself at all times.
I miss and you counter, and then all of a sudden you're in front of him. Boop! You're the invisible man. You're under that. That's sweet science too. Yes, and it's easier to see. It grabs your attention. Oh wow! Look at that guy. He's on the outside.
I've seen fighters hit opponents who are turning away or walking off, and the referee doesn't stop it unless the bell rings or the ref steps in. Roach had every right to punch Tank in that moment. Instead, Roach showed class and sportsmanship, and I give him credit for that. But when Tank turned his back, Roach could have fired a left hook, or maybe a straight left since he's a southpaw. That was Roach's right, and who knows, maybe he catches Tank and scores a knockdown. It wouldn't have been pretty, but it would have been legal. The ones in the wrong here were Tank and the referee, who let him take a knee, go to his corner, get his face wiped, and then resume fighting. If the ref had done his job and scored that a 10-8 round, which it absolutely should have been, Roach doesn't end up with a draw. He's the new champion, and a lot of people holding plus 900 tickets would be pretty happy right now.
Middle of the furnace, with all the flames and everything going, and you don't get burnt up, you don't get torched, you don't get scorched. That is high level.
Finally, the boxing coach summed it up perfectly. He bullied the bully. It's like the schoolyard. The bully runs things until someone stands up to him. Suddenly, the bully isn't so confident or aggressive anymore. My cousin used to say, when you rely on intimidation but the other guy doesn't fold, and instead, he becomes the intimidator, everything flips. That's exactly what happened here. And not enough people are willing to say it out loud.
Something funny, when we was talking in like the 12th round, I think the 12th or 11th, we was talking shit, right? But he like, you ain't gonna win.
Roach, a former amateur rival of Davis, deserved to be the headline story after handing Tank a massive 1,600 favorite, the first blemish of his professional career in their controversial majority draw at Barclays Center. The New York State Athletic Commission also came under fire for its lack of transparency, claiming a technical issue prevented them from reviewing the instant replay during the allowed time. By refusing to call Tank's voluntary knee in round 9 what it clearly was, a knockdown, they cost Roach a critical 10-point swing that would have won him the fight. Beyond the decision itself, Roach also lost out on millions in potential earnings from entering their inevitable rematch as the defending champ.
What you talking about? He like, they ain't gonna give it to you. I was like, oh, is that right? So, you know, that's how boxing works. It's sad to say, you know, that's how boxing works. I'm not like totally upset. I figured with a superstar, you won't get too much on paper. But damn sure thought I had it. Especially when they announced the score for him. I was like, oh, they gonna give me a split decision. I'm like, oh yeah, let's say, oh, here it goes. But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with. Yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's okay. We gonna run it back. It's okay.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and like you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can like get disqualified for all that, or like when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know.